that may be. Okay. For those of us who may ask, but don't receive in a timely manner, and then get it and don't know what to do, right? I'm
Mhm.
not talking about being paralyzed because spirit is so high. I'm talking about you don't know how to handle it, right? On the
Mm,
verge of snapping mentally or anything of that nature.
Mhm.
mhm,
What do you recommend for those to prepare? You
Mhm.
understand what I'm asking?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. The thing is, my school, in matter of fact, my new course for metaphysical psychology begins on the 15th of July. So if you're interested, you can go to my website and sign up for that. And there we speak more depthly into exactly what it is that you're referring to. You in your journey, you did choose to be here. The entire physical third density experience is about experience. That's the number one thing, which we can become addicted to, which the elders and the master said, don't become addicted, because then you set up a pattern and a loop that brings you back based upon you aggrandizing and participating too deeply into those sensations. Because those sensations are only for the avatar that exists in third density. So now you want to elevate. To elevate, you cannot make this the most important thing. And to do that, you have to secede. You can't just cut it. You have to secede gradually. A lot of us want that instantaneous satisfaction. Ascension doesn't work like that. Ascension in the physical body is about you slowly but surely removing yourself from the traps of the illusion that the senses give you. Because all it does is aggrandize the body, and the body is temporal, it's temporary. And if you focus too totally to this, you're going to die with it and come back having to constantly renew yourself based upon the patterns of passion and addictions that you've created while in the physical flesh.
mm,
So the secret is to be in this school, because this is
mm.
the school, and to understand the do's and the don'ts that have you walking in two worlds. Some of us just say the hell with the other world and come down here and
Mm.
just love it. Oh man, I just love myself.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you have to get back on that, what they call straight and narrow, and dip back and forth. Your toe goes here. Wow, that was something. Pull back. Go back here. Refresh yourself. And then come back here. You have to continually strengthen yourself spiritually for you to survive physically. And
Yeah.
if you
Mm.
don't do that, then you're lost. Then what happens is you begin to look for things that give you a spiritual experience. That's where people who have Neptune in their 11th house become addicts.
Wow.
They're trying their best to get that heavenly feeling
Yeah.
that they miss, not realizing they can do that because they already have the particular psychotropic that they can bring up through meditation.
Mm.
Mhm.
Hey, Ascending Infinite Goddess, I appreciate the call once again. The question once again, sis.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Thank
Peace.
you. All right. All right. Peace. We got about 20 minutes left, and then we getting out here, family. I mean, what a show. The questions from y'all have been phenomenal. The answers from Doc has been phenomenal. I mean, I'm gonna take this episode and break it up into like 15 clips. Put it on TikTok, YouTube. I'm gonna throw it all over the place, man. What a show. Wow. And if this is anything like the webinar is gonna be,
You have no idea, brother.
god
You have
damn.
no idea. My wife thinks, she's been with me and she knows all of the things that I study. She is now blown away by it. By the way, she actually asked me to remind you to go ahead and call Sister Nanette. She's been trying to
Net.
call you back to get you on that the juice. But anyway, yeah, she said, "Wow, this is going to blow their minds." And of course, I got music going on throughout the entire thing. So it's going to be heavy.
Excellent, excellent. All
Hmm.
right, let's keep this thing moving. We on here for about let me hold up. 20 more minutes. Let's go to Cole. Cole the Universe. Cole, what's happening, brother?
Yo, what up? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yo, what up, Doc?
All right, you.
I'm chilling. You might not want to answer this question since you're doing the live, but it's just a simple question about the moon.
Mhm.
Do you believe the moon is plasma, or do you think it's a rock? Like how they
I've
say
been
it is.
looking. Yeah, that's a that good question. I've been looking into the moon for some time,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that we can only see one side, and they telling us that they could see the other side, and they landed piece on the other side, and all that type of nonsense. I don't believe it. What
Yeah.
I do know, it's actually a reflector. Just like the sun is an irradiator, the moon is a reflector.
So it really does reflect the sun's light.
What it does is essentially generates cold fusion energy.
Mm.
And what happens is the sun irradiates the day and the moon irradiates the night. The sun irradiates with heat and the moon irradiates with cold. So you can step
Right.
into the shadow and it gets warmer than when you step out into the moonlight.
Mm,
Yeah. True.
deep,
Wow.
deep, deep.
Yeah, that is
You know
crazy.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
essentially, that it's what Tesla calls the cyclotron, and the spinning of it above the Earth, along with the moon, keeps the electromagnetic prism in place
Oh.
Mm,
within the dome, the
Yeah.
actual dome that
Yeah.
we're
mm.
under.
All right, Cole, I appreciate the question, my brother.
For sure.
Peace,
You
peace.
there?
Let's go keep it moving. We going fast, family. Go to Shockwave Truth.
Mm,
What's happening,
Hey,
Shockwave Truth?
hey, good evening, y'all. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
indeed.
All right. Thank y'all, brothers. I just want to confirm one thing right before I ask my question. I'm a unlimited uh, licensed vessel master, and I just took a vessel from Louisiana to Nigeria. We was 1,500 miles to 2,500 miles away from land, and we're constantly being tracked by two orbs, port side, which would be the
Brother,
left.
you got to get to your question, brother, because I got a
Mhm.
lot of people. We only got 15 minutes left. You got to get to your question, brother.
Okay, what I'm just want to let y'all know that everything, all the UFO stuff is legit. You can't have no drones 2,500 to 1,500 miles out there. So what people are seeing is 100. So quick question, Doc. I know you talk about, and Brother Billy's always talked about the in Liv's chest or his box of deceit, and how it always keeps coming back to keep us entrapped. And could the most recent form of this doctrine of control or his little box of deceit to keep us in control would be the reinventing of the quote unquote uh, the letter of the Willie Lynch letter?
The Willie Lynch letter is an artificial letter written by a black man, and
Correct.
it was not written by a white man. Uh,
Correct.
I got a chance to actually meet the brother when I was down there with Bobby in Atlanta, and we were touring down in Atlanta, down by the Black Bookstore. What I am saying is, I don't doubt that there are orbs and that there are ways. There are tunnels that lead from one domed enclave of nations and territories into the same enclave. That's how our oil is given to us. It's actually pumped from another outside of the Antarctic into our reality underground.
Mm,
So
Now,
what
it all feel ironically, so I know what you're talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so what
Yeah.
happens now is the orbs that we're dealing with at this time, you have to look at the fact that there are technologies that are actually now and in in service. These orbs themselves are uh, what you call what is that? Holograms. They're
Correct.
actually holograms that have the ability to pick up information. And what they do is you can actually broadcast them from stations like they have about 20 of these stations that are exactly like HARP. And
Hmm.
they have a way of dealing with bouncing information off of the ionosphere so that they can actually manipulate orbs of light that actually pick up information and reflect it back to the ionosphere and back to the station where they're actually monitoring the planet. So
Like an
you
in signal.
excuse me?
like an Inmarsat C signal.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. So what you're looking at essentially is they're using the dome and the atmospheric layers as a means of projecting images and allowing those images to have life and to be used and manipulate like toggles so that you can work with those. The same way that they do have bases beyond the Antarctic and outside of the dome. I'll show you where Mars is that ain't up above the dome. It's actually on the level plane, but under other domes and other realities outside. In fact, there is a portal up in the Antarctic called the Gate of Osiris
Phew.
that leads directly into a whole other circle of that looks like Antarctica, but it has they built a city for Hitler there called Asgard.
And
Mm.
the
Mhm.
Antarctic is a lifter
Wow.
pump for the oil from the south to
Indeed,
us. Oh,
to us, indeed.
correct.
Hmm.
That's what the
Mm.
city down there for. The city is pretty much a pump station
Yes,
that
indeed.
supply.
And we wait till you see what's under the ocean.
Mm.
We ain't seen
Correct.
what's under the ocean yet. Thank you,
Now,
brother. You're very well knowledgeable. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, yeah, Shockwave. You should try calling another time. I'm interested in hearing more of what you got to say, but we gotta hurry up. We pressed with time tonight. But I can tell you're knowledgeable, brother. So call another time or email me if you get an opportunity, Shockwave.
Roger, will do. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Peace. Let's keep it moving, family. Trey Soul. Trey Soul, what's happening, my brother?
Peace, peace, fam.
All
Peace.
right.
So I just have a personal question. It's kind of random. It might sound strange, but so on a daily, it doesn't matter where I go, but I experience people following me and staring at me,
Mm.
and it makes me uncomfortable. I know a lot of people may like, that type of attention, but it's gotten to the point where it kind of like I'm trying to understand what it could mean and how to deal with those emotions
Well,
during those
yeah.
times.
What I'm thinking is that what you need to be doing is if you are giving off certain energies that's making people take notice of you and you're doing it unconsciously, you have to consciously not care about it.
Mm.
And what's happening is you're amplifying the interchange of magnetic energies by focusing on the fact that the magnetic energy is there, and these people are essentially focusing on what you're giving off in your aura. The more
Mm,
you do that, the more you are going to become attractive to other people. It's just like something magical happens to you and you say, "Oh, that was so magical. How did it happen?" Nah, it happened. And it's the nonchalance that keeps you giving that ability or having that ability and that power. It's when you overemphasize your attention on it, it begins to dissipate because essentially your attention to it, which is actually based in survival, fear, and so forth, will cause that to dissipate. I would suggest you go into a place of meditation
hmm
and do not try to find anything in that place of meditation. When you go into meditation, just observe what comes into your mind without assigning a judgment to what it is you're seeing in
Mm.
your mind. When that happens, whatever it is that thing is will reveal itself to you, and you will be in control of it instead of it in control of you. So
Excellent. Excellent.
your meditative state is very important, and your thought process right now, which is overemphasizing that particular situation where people are looking at you, is
Definitely.
making you more and more vulnerable.
Indeed.
I
Thanks.
appreciate that. Was great advice. I appreciate that.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for the question, Trey.
For sure.
Mhm.
Peace out.
All right. Peace.
Uh,
Let's keep it moving with Taze. Taze, are you there?
Thais.
Thais, how you there? How you
Hello.
doing?
Thank you for having me. So I just have a question. I started my spiritual journey like about a year ago, I would say. And I've really been learning about like my past traumas and like just things that I have to deal with. And my question is, how do I learn how to control my emotions in certain situations? Because sometimes, like, my anxiety like is overwhelming, like extremely, to the point where I feel like I have no control over it. So, like for example, the other day I live in New York City, and that event happened, and I found myself like completely overwhelmed by my emotions. So I just want to learn how to control that for like future, uh, for the future, basically.
Beloved, you sound like a very young and very impressionable young lady. You're basing your own experience with the world on fear. That's the basis of your whole reality right now. And that operative word you use consistently, control, is always going to make you be controlled. So you're being controlled by your need to control. And by that particular frame of mind, you're actually amplifying the fear, the fight or flight. So it's not giving you the ability to stop for the moment and to assess the reality of what is there, not what you think is there, but what is really there. So I would suggest that your meditation is focused on why you fear not being in control, because
Hmm.
the world is a horrible place, and we all feel we need to be in control in order to survive. That in itself becomes a kind of cancer of the mind, because it begins to eat away at every resolve you have. It takes away your power to manifest. So I would suggest that you look to those two words, control and fear. Those are the two that you're operating from right now. You need to release those and how they're controlling you, because they're there.
Thank
Okay?
you so much. Thank you for your advice. I really appreciate it.
Most
Thank you
welcome.
for the call. All right, peace. We're gonna keep it moving. We got mindful woman.
Hi, thank you both so
Right.
much for the work that you guys do.
All right.
My question is simple. Do you think it's necessary to do away with our birth certificates and establish a live life claim?
Yes, the birth certificate is a bearer bond, and you can cash it. The United States needs bonds right now. That's the truth. But there's a process that you can do to actually do that. And it's long, it's arduous. You have to come out of the system. You cannot be a corporate entity in order for you to cash that bond. The
Right,
birth certificate bond right now, your birth certificate bond, depending on when you were born, uh, you may have multi millions of dollars, fiat dollars, of course, but you may have multi millions of dollars that are assigned to that particular bond over the years that they used it to leverage debt.
right,
So, what I would suggest is there are people who know how to access that bond, but the United States right now is getting ready to crash everything.
right.
And they're beginning to get into the blockchain, of course. And
Mhm,
you heard me suggest getting the XRP, XLM,
mhm,
XDC, HBAR. These are the top five that I
mhm,
would suggest that you get into, because right now, gold, silver, copper, and there's another one. These are the ones that are going to actually skyrocket in
mhm.
value at this time. So, yeah, if you do have coins, there are ways for you to buy gold. You can go up to glintpay.com,
I
GLINT.
do have Glint. I got that from when you recommended it a while ago, and I've been using
Fantastic.
it.
And you can sell gold, and they give you a card for you to deal with that. These
Yeah,
are the ways you take your money out of the banks,
right,
because the banks have this thing where they can actually take your money to pay debt.
right.
All
Yeah.
right. So I would say that yes, um, going after your bond, your bond is an arduous process. I know it. I have a few people who have been going through hell and high water to try to get the
Mhm,
monies that are attached to that. So I would suggest that you look into that, but just start getting into XRP,
mhm,
XLM,
mhm.
XDC, HBAR, and there's another one that I could recommend to you, but that's down the line. But the top of the line, the king and the
Mhm.
queen, XRP, king, XLM, the queen.
Okay. I think you
Thank
meant the other one was quaint.
Quint,
Quaint.
Quint, Quant.
Quant. Thank you.
Hmm. Good.
thank you,
Appreciate your
thank you for
time.
the
Thank you
question. All
so
right.
much.
All right. We're gonna do two quick questions and then we getting out of here, family. Two more quick
Okay.
ones, then we get out of here. Pearly Falcon, are you there? Pearly Falcon, are you there? Pearly Falcon, are you there? No, Pearly Falcon, none left. All right, so much for that. We got Michaela. What's your name, sis? How you say it?
Oh, hey.
Baba, Miss
Hey,
Shayla
how you doing?
Renee.
How are you
Michelle.
doing,
Okay.
Michelle? How are you
Yes, hi,
doing?
Baba. Oh,
Um,
blessings. I'm so
yeah,
happy to see you.
same
I'm
here.
glad to be on. Yes, and you
Mhm.
look well. Yes, I wanted to also commend you for sharing with the young lady Thais about those fear and
Mhm.
control issues, because that's, I
Yeah,
work with women and I help them to eliminate that permanently. And so
yeah,
it can be done.
yeah.
But anyways, I wanted to ask you, we're going to be at the Conscious Awards in July. So I'm definitely hoping to see you. And so, what I wanted to find out is, what do you feel is happening with all of a sudden the ban that the so-called NAACP has put on
Florida.
yes, the travel ban on our melanated communities, because a lot of us got our tickets and blah 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 beforehand, and a lot of us are in the midst of this travel. Look at the basketball finals. It was back and forth to Miami, right in the midst of all of this stuff. And so, what do you feel is actually happening in trying to keep that melanin vibratory energy out of Florida?
Yeah, well, I look at it this way. I don't listen to anything these black organizations that are run by the boule. I don't listen to anything they have to say. That especially those who the NAACP, which was started by a white man who was essentially a Ashkenazim, and
Hmm.
also the what is that, the national black, what is this, the
African American, National Black African,
yeah, the
yeah,
national black,
NAACP.
yeah, the national black Caucasians. That's the ones, and
Right, right.
those are the ones there. These are all initiated from college to do the bidding and to keep us into the slave mind of the European. So I don't, travel ban. Nobody gonna ban me to do whatever I want to.
Mhm.
Right,
And
good.
it's
Yeah.
ridiculous for them to do that because what they're doing is again thinking that we're cattle and they want to accrue power to move against the Republican state. You have to remember that the Democrats have been taken over by the Marxists, and the Marxist communists are the ones running things now. They want
Mm,
an oligarchic control where the
mm,
individual no longer exists. They've come in
mm.
and changed the English language
Mm.
completely, so we can't even
Yeah,
identify one another anymore. We don't even know what
correct.
sex is anymore. This is an attack, psychological attack. It's a psyop. The
Mm.
whole transgender movement is a psyop. And you have to
Say it.
understand that from that particular perspective. So I would suggest that if you're listening to a black organization, that a black organization is not an autochthonous organization. It does not have
Ashe.
anything to do with our indigenous status. It wants us to be corporate citizens, getting welfare consistently from the
Ashe.
corporation. So I would stay
Mm-hmm.
away from any kind of nonsense that they would put out there as an edict. They look ridiculous. They were sitting in Congress with kente cloth, and these Negroes don't do a damn thing for people of color.
Whew. Damn.
I
Hey,
love it. Thank
I,
you.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
your call.
And thank you, Brother Rich.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Brother Rich, for popping me in here. And I'm so glad to see my Baba. We
Yeah,
go way back. I love it.
All right. Thank you.
Mwah.
yeah.
Pieces.
Take
All
care.
right. All right.
Ashe.
We doing one last caller before we leave. Oh, what a show! What a show! Oh man, let's put this on the screen again. I mean, wow, Doc, you'll see how much information this brother got. I mean, you ask him a question and he just goes off. That's why he's able to go for 10 hours, family. Re-examining the authenticity of reality. Phase one, exposing and decoding the heliocentric hoax, the mother of all conspiracies. Phase two, transdimensional pathways, time travel via frequency portals in space-time. This is happening June 25th, family, 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
Sharp.
The sharp. The link is in the description for those who are interested in joining. But wow, what a show!
Thank you.
What a show,
Thank you for the
family.
time, brother. Really, I'm loving you for everything that you're doing for the community, and allowing me to have access to the community. You're doing a fantastic work. Everybody should be actually seeing what this brother really is made of by his actions, not just his words, but his actions, and that's what makes him the man that he is.
Indeed, Doc. Let's get to this last call. Let me see if Pearly Falcon is ready yet. Are you, Curly Falcon, you ready? What, you there? What?
Yo, what's up, Rich?
Oh, what's
I'm ready.
happening,
You
brother?
can hear me?
Yeah, hey, you good now? You good now?
Yo, what's up? Hey, blessings to y'all. Blessings to you, brother Rich, and blessings to you, Dr. Phil Valentine. You know, I'm a student of y'all. I got a quick question. I'm not gonna hold y'all for too long, but Red Pill and Kebulon and Blue Pill. I think they've been talking about the theme for whatever going on right now, socially and cosmically or whatever, everything is orange. I want to get your take on it, Dr. Phil.